Hello, Taurus man. It's your turn now. And you are an intriguing bull, you know that? You are the slow burn. You are the man that nobody really knows what a good lover you are because you're so quiet about it. So we're going to dive into that, the slow burn, but the man with great skills. So stick with me. We'll see what we can do. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is the planet of sensuality, of taste, of substance, of pleasure, not just sexual pleasure, but just the taste of something, a beautiful sunset. Venus is also the planet of abundance. Taurus is very fortunate to be ruled by Venus. It is a planet that brings good vibes all the time. But here's your weakness. You're a little too cautious, Taurus. You're a little too deliberate. You kind of put the brakes on a little too much. Because I think people, particularly women, might find you as a reluctant lover when really you're anything but. You're the closet best lover of the Zodiac. It's just nobody knows it. You're selective, but that's good. Selective is good. And you're going to take your time getting to know someone. Just don't take too much time. That's the trap that you can fall into. Taurus, that first date, how do you make it outstanding? Well, first of all, you're very thoughtful, and I'm sure you will plan a wonderful date. Something that your woman, your date, will love, because you will have taken her, what she likes into account. But don't be too cautious. Don't forget, while you're planning this perfect date for her, to flirt and show interest in her. That's your gift. Your gift is that you connect. That's good. Show her that you're paying attention. So you need to show a little bit more interest. Ask her some questions about herself. A touch on the back of her, small of her back. Just something to show you're connecting with her, because you will tend to be too withdrawn in. Not that your desire is not there, but it could be interpreted as disinterest. Now you're interested in this woman and want to move forward. First of all, don't move too slow. Be deliberate, but move with conviction. Selectiveness is good, but too much pause will make her second guess if you're really interested. And for God's sakes, if you're holding a grudge about something, she was late, she forgot to do something, she didn't answer the phone quick enough, don't hold a grudge. Just move on. Just brush it off. It's okay. You need to be more assertive. You know what you want. You've planned for it. Now move ahead with conviction. But Taurus, one thing that you probably already know that you are really good at is what we're going to talk about next. And that is the bedroom. Taurus, before we move into the bedroom, which I'm sure you're anxious to hear about, I want to go through the signs quickly and how they relate to you as a Taurus man. So let's start with Gemini. Gemini is an air sign. You are an earth sign. So while you can be a little bit cautious, this Gemini woman can be a little too spontaneous and a little too all over the place. She's over here, she's over there. A Cancer woman, on the other hand, you will like, because you both like fine things. You like sensuality. You like to take care of each other. She might be a little bit overly nurturing, more than you want. At first it might seem great, but a Cancer woman can sometimes be a little motherly. And you definitely don't want that, because it would kind of squelch your natural sensuality. A Leo woman, on the other hand, full of fire and vitality, you would love, because your cautiousness, she would just totally ignore that. She would just grab you by the collar and say, let's go. She would keep you from being so quiet and reserved, for sure. But just because she can do that, you need to take some of the responsibility for that too. She can't always be the leader and all that. A Virgo woman is another earth sign like yourself, and she would feel very familiar to you. Like, you've been there, done that person. A Libra woman, you would like a Libra woman. Her beauty, her sensuality, her sense of fairness, all that would be appealing to you. Well, a Scorpio woman would be fantastic, but she could be a little bit too strong-willed for you. It might be a battle of the wills. A Sagittarius woman would be fun, lots of energy, could be a good match. Once again, we want you to be the leader, Taurus. So we don't want this Sagittarius woman dragging you all over the world just because she likes to travel. So there is that. A Capricorn woman could be a good match. You're both earth signs. It might not be very exciting, but it would be very stable, loving, predictable, if that's what you like. Aquarius, an air sign, it would be good. I'm not saying it would be great, because I think the Aquarius is a bit idealistic and you're a bit cautious. And I think the two traits just wouldn't complement each other enough. And of course we have Pisces. A Pisces woman, you would absolutely be drawn to her sensuality, her romance, her love of scent and touch and the finer things in life, her sense of romance. These are all things that you care about. So between the two of you, that could be a good match. She might be a little too dreamy and not really grounded enough for you. So there is that. But as long as you know what you're getting into, you can do a workaround. And then, of course, there is another Taurus woman. Taurus, I think it's not a good match. You would both be too cautious. You both would be a little bit too deliberate. And of course, there's other aspects in an astrological chart that could override this, but that's for another day. We'll talk about that sometime. But if both of you are true Tauruses, then that sense of shyness and lack of confidence and cautiousness between the two of you, boy, I don't know what that would be like in bed. I don't know if you guys would ever get going. So there is that to think about. So we're going to move on to your attributes in bed, which is where you shine, Taurus. Sexual Taurus, the sensual man of the Zodiac. Any woman would be lucky to have you in bed with her, because you would bring that attention to detail, that loving touch, that concern for what she would want. You bring all that with a sense of being absolutely present in the moment. You might be a little bit too cautious and not move it forward enough. For example, 20 minutes of kissing is great, but at some point the act has to move to the second act. I said that backwards, but you know what I mean. Anyway, and you need to you are a very sensual lover. Don't try and downplay that you are a diamond in a rough there. You are a sensual man. Use it. Show her how much you care. Touch her everywhere in the way that you can do so well. And at the end, for that little bit of aftercare, don't just drift into your mind, Taurus man, but tell her how you feel. Tell her how wonderful of an experience it was, how wonderful she was. Don't just get lost in your head. That won't help. But, with just a little bit of knowing what some of the pitfalls can be and what you need to do, you'll be fine. You are the great lover of the Zodiac. I think everybody else knows that but you. So don't forget. Taurus, your gift is building something that is real. Bringing a relationship to the table and creating something that is enduring. It sometimes might not look like it because you get too lost in your head or you move too slow, but that's what you want. You want a relationship. You're not really the field kind of man. You might have been at one point in your life, but that's not really your tendency. So the big thing is, in the beginning, don't just wait for it to happen, but actually make it happen. And you'll do just fine, Taurus. Remember, you are the lover of the Zodiac.